Vin découvrir culture africain yo. Chaque semaine, vin wè ki jan haïtien ak l'autre nation a évolué dans pays africain. Haïtien ka voyager sans visa, voyager, investi dans pays l'Afrique. Visitez kamaheritage.com, Kamaheritage. C'est connexion PAM.
Welcome everyone to Kama Heritage Show. Today I'm going to be your host. I'm Stacy and we got a special guest today. Today a special guest is somebody really inspiring, okay? Is a man who left Gambia, go to Europe and go back to Gambia. Now we're here to understand his choice. We're here to understand his choice, the challenge behind it and the man behind it. So, Mr. Kote, welcome. How you doing? First of all, we want to know more about you. Your name, your full name is Mr. Lamin F. Kote. And we want to welcome you to the show today. Thank you to be here. And we want to know a little bit more about you. Who are you? Who's the man behind the business? Because the business you have is a special luxury business indoors that you make in Gambia. And we want to know how you get there. Okay? So can you tell me a little bit about you?
Thank you very much, Kama. My name is Lamin F. Conte, as Lamin Fulo Conte. I'm 47 years old and a Gambian by nationality, and I should say a dual citizen now because I'm a national of Gambia and then at the same time a national of UK, England. 27 years ago, back in 1998, I traveled to England at the age of 20, pretty, not young, but not, yeah. So I came here to chase dreams, as you know, every African would like to, at some point, come to Europe to see what Europe is all about and what that hype is all about. So I made that trip back in 98 to England, and after living in England for 25 years to 27, I decided I think it's about time to go back to Gambia to see what opportunity it's there and to grab that opportunity and to make things happen, So let me stop there now. And yeah, that's where my journey begins. Yeah.
That's where your journey begins. So you're a man full of dream, who really want to travel. And where do you choose? What, because you go to Europe? Where exactly it was?
Yeah, in England, a place. It's a town called Crawley. To be precise. Yeah, it's not far from London. It's about 45 minutes from London to there. So yes, so when I came here, I went to college to study finance, like accountancy. So I studied accountancy, and from there, I was lucky enough to get a job I had a job in airline industry, like in their finance department. And from there, I had another job for the period of about maybe 12 years for a company called UK Power Networks. The company, it's an energy company dealing with electricity and then water. I think it's probably the third largest energy company in England. So that's where I started, my accountancy journey, worked for them for some time. And then from there, I took like a long holiday, moved to Gambia to grab the opportunity. That's where I am today, dealing with those. And I can take you back to how that journey also started, the door business, because I used to travel from England to Gambia for like holiday. And when I go on holiday, I would see people would build beautiful houses. But if you looked at the doors, the problem lies on the doors. The doors are always the problem. The finishing is always bad. And everybody goes to the same place to buy doors in Gambia. Mainly they would import doors from China. So, but again, if you looked at the finishing product of the doors, customers would go to China and buy. Mainly, I think, in my opinion, they go for the low standard ones. So, if you fix that, to your door within like 1 year, 2 years down the road, you would see the parts would start falling apart. So, I think it's something to do with the quality of the product that they buy in China to sell to Gambia, which I believe, in my opinion, it's kind of like low quality. Yeah. So that's how I get into the door business. From there, I think there is a gap in this market. So I flew back to England and did my own research, traveled to Turkey to see the suppliers, and then talk with them about the quality of doors that I wanted and the pricing. And so that's how I started. Yeah.
Okay, so you were accountant before, and now you decide, like,
Yeah.
you see, like, you go to Gambia and you see something's missing.
Yes.
You have the vision, and
Yeah.
from your vision, you go back and you decide to make a business of doors.
Yeah.
How do you get the skills, actually?
Actually, that's a very good question. Prior to starting the door business, I know nothing about doors. All I know is this is just the door. And then, so from there, I did my own research. And in terms of the sizes that people use in Gambia, mainly in terms of width and then in terms of height and the thickness of the frame. So those are the three things that I first studied. And then how does a quality door look like? I did my own research, on Google. And then I was talking to people on the ground too, people that, they are very familiar with the door industry. They are carpenters. They've been doing it for about maybe 10, 20 years old. So they gave me enough information. So I gather those informations and then I use it with the suppliers in Turkey and tell them these are the specifications that we needed. And this is what we need every door should look like, whether it's going to be like a water-resistant door, anti-termite, because in Africa, we have a lot of insects. Insects, they eat wood. So if you don't treat the wood, if you take it to there, they're going to ruin the wood. So these are the things that I was more particular about, the quality of the wood and then water-resistant doors. So I gather all this information and then I'll send it to the supplier, tell the supplier, this is what I want, and boom, I send them the money, they make the doors, and then send it to Gambia.
That's really nice, because you have to have your special stuff, because for Gambia is different than Turkey, of course. So they need you to have the specification of what you're looking for. This is really wow.
Yeah.
And wow, because you were accountant. When you were accountant, you were on your own self or you were working for somebody else?
I was working for a company. I was working for few big companies in England, like in the airline industry. There's a company called First Choice. They specialize on flights and hotels. So I used to work for them in their account department. And I had another job for Virgin Airline. Again, that's an airline to specialize on flights and accommodations. From there, I went to the motor industry in their accounting, and then from there to an energy company in England. So it's a mixture of different companies that I worked for when I was living in England. Yeah.
Wow, because now you were a worker for somebody and you decide to be a businessman. That's a big move. That's a big move.
Exactly, yeah. It is
So
because
you don't care a thing. That's really nice
it
because
is,
now
it is.
if we look at you, you're somebody who left his own
Yeah.
town, his own country to go to
Mhm.
something he don't know at all. He go
Yeah.
to England. From England, he say, you know what? This not it because we know today that you left England and go back to
Yeah.
Gambia.
Uh-huh.
So something was off. What was it?
Uh, it's just the life that I wanted to settle for. I don't think I didn't see myself working for a company for a long time because I wanted to create jobs. I wanted to do something for my country. And the if something that I wanted is I think I was missing something. While yes, I was having a good job in England and then everything was good, but deep down I was missing something. You know, that something is to I don't want to work for a company for the rest of my life. I wanted to do my own thing. I want to create jobs for my people in Gambia and then, you know, something to give back to the community that I was from in terms of like, you know, employing more youths and then empowering them, telling them, you know, we can do it. And that's what motivates me to go back to Gambia and then do something completely different from accountancy or office environment. Yeah.
Nice. You discover your heart is not there. So you
Yes.
have to.
Yeah.
Your passion. You're a passionate people. You're a passionate person. We can see that because you follow your heart all the way,
Yes.
all the time, and you don't miss. Next question. Now I
Uh-huh.
want to know what's the challenge? What's the biggest challenges for somebody who wants to move from England, from
Mhm.
another country and go back? Okay. For you, it was a going back, but for
Mhm.
somebody else who never been there, what
Yeah.
could be the biggest challenge to move to Gambia?
Um, right. I think the biggest challenge would be, I mean, in anything that you do in life, you always have to do your due diligence. It's very, very important. You just don't rush into things, you know, do your research and then make contact with the people who've been there, they've done it, and they would be able to tell you, okay, this is what you have to do to get to where you want it to be. And, you know, always make inquiry because you can do inquiries like your research either on Google. You can go to forums like Facebook forums, like, you know, where real people would hang out and then do your research about the country first. With Gambia, I think we lucky enough to have like a stable government and then like a stable, you know, government. It's very, very important. You know, it in anywhere you go, you have to look at the government, whether it's a good government or a bad government. These are the things that you really, really, really need to look into it, and then from there make like few contacts with people who are there. You know, you can add them on Facebook and then, you know, tell them, oh, yo, you know, what is it like in Gambia in terms of like safety and crime and everything. So these are the things that you have to look into. And from there, you can make like a 1 week trip or 2 week, go there yourself and then see if it is something that you would like. Because what I would like and what you would like, it's completely going to be different in terms of like preference, like people. And, you know, that's very, very important. So you know, coming back to your question, Gambia, it's very safe to do business, and you don't get harassed from the government or from the people. You know, it's not a country where you would have to go back, look at your back all the time. So once you are there, you know, you are good to go. And then there are people online that you can follow. You know, some are Gambians, some are not Gambians. So yeah, it's a very beautiful country to do business with. Highly recommend. Yeah.
That's the place that you feel safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because now you're back and with your background and everything, can you
Mhm.
tell that a little bit about your lifestyle? I mean, do you say a little bit like you don't have to watch your back and everything about the government, but the people there out there, how are they actually? Because you know you were there, you left, so
Yeah.
I imagine they react to that, and after
Yeah.
that you were in England and you come back, so I imagine
Yeah.
they react to that too. So what's the thinking behind the Gambian? What they think about their own country, the other country, and what was the reaction for you to leave and after that you to come back?
Uh, to be honest, they don't see it. The only thing that they see, it's different in terms, it's probably the way I think, because after living in the West for some time, and I mean, the way you think and the way the average Gambian would think would be slightly different in terms of, how you want things to move, in terms of, I give you one example, like internet. I find the internet a little bit slow in Gambia and then compared to England. So these are the things that frustrated me a little bit when I moved there newly. But as time goes on, you kind of like adopt to, because it's like, this is what you have. So this is what you have to settle. So as time goes on, it was hard because I want everything to be like, to move very fast. So I get used to it as time goes on, again, with the attitude of the people to, you wanted to push them to go with a speed that you are used to it. And you don't want all the time to tell people, this is what you have to do, this is what you don't have to do. So these are the things that you have to tell the people, this is how I want it to, this is how it should run. And so as time goes on, they would adopt. But yeah, it can be very hard, and it can be very frustrating as well, because you are trying to push people to adopt something that they are not used to. So you can imagine, sometimes they'll be like, Mr. Conte want us to work like a computer, So that's the life that I was used to, but they get it.
So you have to the challenge is you have to deal with the way of life there. I mean, people
Yes.
don't they do the way they want it to, not the way
Yes.
you are the boss, you want them to
Yes.
do it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you have
Exactly.
to
Yes.
deal with that. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we have to think about it because we have to deal with I guess we have to deal with them like their family. Maybe it's more
Yes.
easy. Yeah, to talk to them, to
Exactly.
reach them,
Yes.
to reach their hearts, to make them understand why it's like that.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's nice. But
Mm. Uh-huh.
your family, when you
Mhm.
say, okay, I know I'm an accountant, I know I have nice, nice lifestyle and everything,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
step now. I want to do my own thing. How they
Mhm.
react to that?
At first, it was hard, especially for my wife and kids, because imagine when I was moving to Gambia, the youngest one was about 2, 3 years old. So you can imagine she was very, very young. So my wife had to do with all those things, and explaining it to the kids that I'll be moving to Gambia, and then I'll be coming here like every 3 months or 6 months. But my wife do come to Gambia. So it was hard. It was very, very difficult. But again, it was something that I take, my wife and I sit, we discuss about it. And I say to her, this is, I came to a journey which, my journey in England, it wasn't something that I was enjoying anymore, because it's like from work to house, house to work. So I say to myself, this is not life. I think I can do more with my life, back in Gambia than in England. So like I said, nothing in life comes easy. You have to take sacrifice, and so through those sacrifice, that's where I am, from sacrifice 1 to 2 to 3 up to where I am now. So thank God, the journey was not easy, but I think I made the best decision, is to move from England to move back to Gambia.
Yeah, today we can see the successful company.
Yes, yes,
So, and you're an example now for your kids. So it's awesome.
exactly.
You can show
Yes,
them now how to do it too, how to be their own
correct.
boss. So I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can.
Absolutely. I keep telling to my kids, I said, if you work hard in anything that you do in life, you can make it, because they get really impressed if they go to Google and then type in the best door dealer in Gambia. They see their dad's business on top on the search engine. So it's something that I'm proud of. And when I look back, 7 years ago, I say to myself, and look at myself now, I said, wow, I've made a very, very, very big impact in my life. And then the lives of the people that I employ as well in Gambia. And, you know, I employ, because in my company, I employ people from Gambia, from Senegal, from Guinea-Conakry, and even from Ghana, living in Gambia. I have about 5 to 6 Ghanaians. So I looked at myself, I said, you know, thank God, at least it's not much, but I've made some impact in their life. And I think that's truly, it's something that I should be proud of, and my family should be proud of as well. So at least I'm making small changes in people's life. So yeah, so that's good.
I think it's bigger than what you think. I really
Yes.
think it's big. But
I hope so. Yeah.
You know, sometimes we see ourselves a little, but I think it's bigger than what you think. It's really, and that's going to be my next question, because you know, you already have a lot of employees today, and it's going to get bigger. The way you're talking, I can see the passion in it, and the way. So yeah. We'll see. We'll talk in like 2 years from here.
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to employ as, you know, many as much as possible, you know. Yeah. So yeah. Hundreds of people, 200, 300s. If I can even employ thousands, why not? Yeah. So that's what we really need in Africa, you know, because we have a youthful population. The population in Africa in terms of youth, it's very, very high. So, you know, you looked at these youths, you know, they don't have hope, you know, because the government cannot employ all these youths. So we in the private sector, we have to create jobs for these youths and then train them, and, you know, so that they can be their own bosses in the future. They can open their own companies, employ more youths as well. So, and this is the only thing, this is the only solution to, you know, because if you looked at the youths in Africa, you know, you see many youths, they die on boats, you know, trying to travel to Europe, to Spain, you know, whereby in Africa, you know, we can make, they can be multimillionaires in Africa without even traveling. But they have this thinking or perceptions: if you don't travel to Europe, you cannot make it. You know, I see few successful Gambians, you know, they've never traveled. You know, the only time they travel to Europe is just like going to meet business people, like companies, like factories. But those people, they are dollar millionaires in Gambia without even traveling to Europe to make it happen. You know, I've seen many in Senegal, in Guinea-Bissau, you know, so you can count it over and over. So there are too many success stories in Africa without, you don't have to travel to Europe. So I think they can make it in Africa. You know, I'm a living example. So if I can make it in Africa, I think anybody else can make it in Africa. Really.
They got a lot of blueprints, but like you say, it's the mentality they got to change. They have to change the way of thinking. And maybe that's ironic, because the fact that you travel maybe change your way of thinking too. And maybe they have to travel to change the way of thinking. That's sad in a way. That's sad in a way, because they could already make it there. But it's like this, they need to see that the rest of the world is not like they think, because they think it's like the movies. It's not at all. And maybe they need to see that, to understand, actually, because the mentality needs to change now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have to change that narrative for them to understand, it's not everything that glitters, it's gold. So this is what they need to understand. And you don't have to travel to be a successful individual in Africa. So everything.
You got so much blueprint there. You are one of them. You are a blueprint there. So they can just maybe if we do something to how you call that? You know, here we got something. I'm in Canada, by the way, and here in Canada we got places you go for only business people to talk. to make brainstorming, to exchange. Maybe that's what they need, something to deal with. And if you create this in Africa, maybe that's gonna help to change mentality, because they really think like they don't understand that you have everything there. Everything.
Absolutely.
People from the world need to travel to Africa. They don't even know to get the thing, because you got everything.
Absolutely. In Africa, we have everything, you know, we have everything that we needed. So it's just to put things into perspective, and then, you know, to say, you know what, this is what we can do, and then we will do it. Because it's all about the mindset. If you have a positive mindset, obviously anything that you do, it's going to be positive. But if you have a negative mindset, anything that you do or touch, it's all going to be negative. So I think, of course, you know, we can do a whole lot of things in Africa. You don't have to travel, you know, because I remember coming back to what I do, my door business. I used to bring ready-made windows and doors from Turkey. And a couple of years ago, I decided, you know what, I think it's best to get these machines, and then you train people in Gambia so that they can do what people are doing in Turkey. So if people are if you are buying like a window for like maybe $100, if you make it in Gambia, you can save that at least about a third of that money, you know, because you have to pay a container, you have to pay customs, you have to do this, you have to do that. So, you know, I've employed more youths doing that window production too. And that production is going very, very well. We are having customers, you know, within Gambia, in Africa. And then we are doing big projects too, like hotel projects, you know, hospital projects, you know, government projects. So all these things is possible because of the mindsets that I have. So if I don't have that mindsets, people will be still buying stuffs from China or in Turkey or from England, and then shipping it to Africa or to Gambia, and, you know, to make their windows. So that's another thing that I've at least changed now. And, you know, youths are going into business now in Gambia. And I can give you a few examples. I have a lot of followers on Facebook, and some of these people, they are Gambians living in England. They would write to me, it's because of you, Mr. Conte, we took the courage to come back to Gambia and then to do something. And if I looked at these people, I say, thank you very much. They really appreciate, you know, because they can see a living testimony, you know, that it's possible to do it. You know, people follow me from all the way from Guinea-Conakry, like from Senegal. And, you know, some of these people, they are even women in Guinea-Conakry. You know, she's been like a follower of me, which I don't even know. And there was this day, she sent me a message. She lives in the US. She said, my name is Aisha. I'm from Guinea. I've been following you on Facebook and on YouTube. It's because of you I'm doing this in Guinea now. So she reached out to me. I gave her all the necessary, you know, information that she needed to buy doors in Turkey, and then the tools that she needed to set up her business. And then now she is doing very, very well in Guinea. She is doing very, very well in Guinea. I follow her page on Facebook, and, you know, she's doing wonders. Even though she's a woman, she's employed people in Guinea, you know, bringing doors. And so it's good. And you know, the youths in Gambia, they follow me online. They even buy some of my accessories that I sell in my showroom. And they said, Mr. Conte, thank you so much. It's because of you we are doing this now. So that's good. I thank God.
That's wonderful. The impact you get. Like I told you, it's bigger what you think.
Yeah.
It's awesome, really. And I have another kind of question for you. It's about your government, okay? Because people talk a lot about corruption in Africa, okay? People think we got more corruption in Africa than the rest of the world. In Gambia, we cannot talk for all Africa, of course, but in Gambia, how it is? I mean, do you need to know somebody in the government, somebody hired to do business?
In my experience, not necessarily, because when I first started this business, to be honest, yes, I'm a Gambian, but by that time, I really don't know people high up, if you see what I mean. I really, because to me, that doesn't really, it's not something that I was looking for. Maybe, oh, I have to know this minister or for me to start my business in Gambia. No, for me, I think what people were looking for more, it's quality. So if you have quality, you can even have that minister that you'll be chasing to go after him. He would come to you because they know you are bringing something quality. So of course, anywhere that you go in the world, you have corrupt people. That's everywhere. You know, me talking to you right now, I'm doing this interview. I'm in England now on a holiday. And of course, you have corrupt people in England, in Canada, in America, everywhere. The higher the population, the more corrupt people you would have. You know, and Gambia is not exempt from these people. Anywhere you go, you know, of course, you have corrupt people. But I think if I would rate corruption in Gambia, to me personally, yes, we have corrupt people, but it's not on a larger scale. You know, if you should rate it compared to other countries, you know, yeah. I don't want to name countries, you know, but you and I know, you know, so yeah, I'm talking about Gambia, you know, so yeah, I mean,
we know
the corruption in Gambia is not, yeah, of course, it's not on a higher, it's not on a higher scale. You know, to me.
So the way you talk, what I'm understanding is you don't need to brag anybody to make business. You don't need to know anybody to business.
Absolutely.
You can, if you work hard enough and you know your thing, you can do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. You don't have to go to Mr. A to say, oh, here is $1,000. I wanted to start a business. No, you can just, and the good thing about Gambia, to register a business is not hard at all. You know, they make it very, very easy for you to go in and then register your business. Within a day, you can register a business in Gambia. You know, you just need a TIN number. Once you have that TIN number, you can just go to the authority and it's not even much. You know, you can register a business in Gambia within 2-3 days, you know, open a bank account and then do your tax and then that's it. It's not hard.
Okay, so anybody can come and open a bank account in Gambia.
Absolutely, yeah. If you have an ID, you have like a permit to stay in Gambia, yes, of course, you can just go and open a bank account.
Okay, so you can have, example, your passport from your country and an ID that say I'm staying, and it's enough to open an account.
Correct.
It is easy to have money from the bank. Like if you don't have enough money to make your business, it is easy to have money from them.
It's not hard. If you would have to have like a collateral, like something that if you default, you know, in paying your loan, they can get that and then sell it. So you would have to have some kind of like a guarantee, you know. Yeah.
So if they got a guarantee, they can. Oh, that's nice. They can.
They can lend you. They can lend you money.
They can lend you money, and it is something good to do. I mean, if you're from another country, it is better to have money from the Bank of Gambia, or it's better to have it from where you're from.
I think it depends because the Gambia, the interest rates, they are very, very high. And if you can get like a lower interest rate from your country of origin, I think it would be easier for you to do that, you know. But again, you can get it in Gambia. It's just the interest rate is a little bit slightly high. Yeah.
They get to be prepared to that reality.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so who are your customers now? I mean, it is more like commercial or it's more regular people? Who's more your customer?
My customers, I think regular customer, like individual customers are more than commercial. I do commercial, but I have more people in like Gambians living in Europe, like America, Sweden, Germany, Canada, and of course commercial in businesses as well. But I tend to deal with more from the people in Europe, like in the diaspora, and the people, of course, you know, on the ground too. Yeah, but majority of my customers are from Europe and Gambians building in Europe, America, France. Yeah. So those are the people that my majority of, and of course, and government too. I deal with government projects too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because you have the best doors. I mean,
Yes.
one of the problem of Gambia is the doors, the finishings and everything, it wasn't there. So of course, with the best door, they're gonna choose you.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, you're successful.
Uh-huh.
But can you tell us if you are exactly where you want to be, or because from us, when we look at you, we see like you done it, but
Yeah.
from your own eyes, it is where
Um,
you want it.
yes, from my own eyes, yes, I think, thank God, I think from where I was like 7 years ago and where I am now, I think I've done I've done really well. So yes.
So you're right in the right
There's
place.
always, yeah, exactly. There is still room for improvement, and which I'm working through it. And then in the next 5 years, I have a clear vision. I wanted to, all these things that I'm importing from Turkey, I wanted to be able to do them in Gambia. So in the next 5 years, I would love to have these doors manufactured like in Gambia. Steel doors, wooden doors. We have the material, so it's doable. It's just the finance that you have to gather and then to make it happen. So if I have good investors, of course, we can get all these machines and then make them in Gambia there. From there, we can supply the sub-region like Bissau, Ghana, Nigeria, Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal. So yeah.
Like now you have no partner, you're alone. You build everything alone. Are
Alone,
you
exactly.
that's great. Are you
Yeah,
open for another partner today? Or you open because you talk to investment? Okay. But
absolutely.
a partner, are you open for this today?
Absolutely. I'm open for a partner, yeah. A partner, of course, like a proper investor, and absolutely. We can take this business to a like a new level, a completely next level. Yeah.
Somebody who's gonna bring some things to the company, of course.
Absolutely. To bring something on the table and said, Mr. Conte, this is what we have, and we can sit down and then draw a plan where we want it to be in the next 5 years. So yes, I'm open for new investors. Yeah.
Can you share with us exactly the range of the products and the service you got?
Sure. The range of the products that we do, I focus on doors, windows, balcony railings, like frameless glass railings and staircase railings. So these are the four products that I focus on more: doors, windows, and staircase railings, and then balcony railings. Those are the four that yeah.
And you got every kind of doors, like not only the house, the front house doors. You got I think the inside, all the inside doors in the
All
house,
right.
and bathroom too.
Yeah. We deal with all sort of doors, like from main entrance door, back doors, bedroom doors, bathroom doors, sliding doors for the inside, patio doors. So any doors that you think of, we have it, we sell it. Yeah, with
And you
good
can
quality.
make them custom
We can
too.
make them to customize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And right now, how many employees you got?
Right now we have 26 employees. Yeah.
Wow.
Right now we have.
When you start your company, how many employees you start with?
When I started with, I had about 4 employees. I started with 4 employees, including myself. So turning back, I remember when I used to go to the sites with the boys. I would even help them to break walls and then to extend the walls. And because by that time I was on limited budget, so I have to watch what I'm spending. And yeah, I started with 4, and from now You know, this is like 6-7 years ago. Now we have about 27 employees. So, you know, thank God,
Wow.
you know.
Yes. Congrats.
Yeah, thank
A
you.
lot of people think we need a lot of money to build, to start a company in Gambia and anywhere actually. But in Gambia, do you need a lot, like, do you need to be a super rich or only rich to start a company there?
No, to be honest, I don't think you have to have a lot of capital to start a company in Gambia. I always encourage people to start small, and then from there you can scale up, because you don't want to come and then bring like too much money into a business, and at some point, if you don't see the return of investment within like 1 year, 2 years, you start getting discouraged. You start asking yourself, why do I even spend this much money into a business? You're not even sure whether it's going to work or not. So always start small, and then from there you can scale up, you know. Yeah. So again, you don't need to pump in too much money. Start, be it like $2,000, $3,000, 4,000. From there, you can scale it up. Yeah.
Those watching, can you tell them three tips to move from another country to Gambia?
Yes, the three tips. The first tip is to do your own research about you know, what you are looking forward to it, which is very important. And the second, look at the security aspect of that country you are going, the safety, and of course, if you wanted to go there for business, you can also talk to business people who are already on the ground. And then, you know, you can ask them a few questions, you know, what are the things that you need to do, and what are the things that people are more like demanding, because anywhere you go, you have to know what the demand is. Because if you don't know these three things, then for you to open a business in Gambia, it's going to be very, very tricky. You know, first, you know, you have to do your research about the country, and then politically, you have to know, the stability of the country, you know, the safety of, you know, the people, and, you know, is it conducive to do business? And, you know, if you mark all those three like ticks, and I think you are good to go to start business in Gambia. Yeah.
Mm. And how people from Gambia see immigration?
People in Gambia are very open-minded, and we are very welcoming, you know, in terms of people. You know, I think there is this saying in Gambia. I mean, if you do a research on Gambia, you would see Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. People are very open-minded, and then people are very welcoming as well. You know, in terms of immigration, we are very open-minded. You can go to Gambia today. It's like you've been in that country for about maybe 10 years. You know, people are very welcoming and very open-minded, and we are very, you know, we like to embrace people, you know, with love and, you know, with peace. So we are very welcoming. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And in Gambia, people are really like charming and everything. And you say it's a safe place too to be,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right?
Very
So
peaceful.
people can make their own research, but they already know a little bit like it's safe and it's nice.
Correct.
So
Yes.
to
Yeah.
go travel there at first maybe could be a good idea to see what it's look
Absolutely.
like.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
after
Yeah.
move. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Gambia, it's a place like everything is possible.
Yes, absolutely. The opportunities are there. They are endless. Everywhere you look in Gambia, it's full of opportunities, on tap opportunities. So yeah, so
Let's talk
opportunities
a
are
little
everywhere.
bit about your future now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself. I wanted to be probably between the top 5 Gambian business people. That's where I wanted to see myself, and also one of the biggest employee, the youth employee in the Gambia. That's where I wanted to see myself right on the top. You know, bringing more factories in the Gambia, because I think that's what we need, to create jobs for the youths and let them be their own, you know, leaders in the future, you know, their own business, you know, like directors or business CEOs, you know. It's all possible. It's all possible, because at some point we will have to give them the baton for them to carry on. You know, at some point we're gonna retire it and then give it to the youths to, yes. So we have to make that foundation now, to give it to them and say to them, this is what you can do, and you can do it. Just take it and make things happen. Make us proud.
Make it good.
Yes.
And do you see yourself, because you say you have employee at a lot of countries in Africa, but do you see yourself to be international one day?
Absolutely, yes. I would love to be international, you know, especially within the western part of Africa, you know, to have like offices or stores, warehouses, or even factories in other part of Africa. Absolutely. Yeah, it's part of my, you know, my long-term goal and vision.
Somebody wants to know more about you on application on Facebook, Twitter, or stuff like that. Twitter doesn't exist no more, but you know what I mean. Where can we find you?
Yeah, people can find me on Google. If you go to Google, you can type it LF Conte Do Concept. And if you go to Facebook, you can find me there, LF Conte Do Concept, TikTok, Instagram, and we have a website to www.lfcontedos.com. So you can also find us on YouTube. Yeah. So
on YouTube,
yes. Yeah, you can find us there. So if you do a Google search, you would see a lot of our pages. So you can easily find us.
Nice. And do you have something you want to say about the country, about yourself, about anything at the end?
What I wanted to say is to say thank you very much, Karma, for taking your time of your busy schedule and to interview us. You know, it means a lot to me, and of course for the company as well. And I wanted to say thank you very much for all our customers, you know, in Europe, in Africa, you know, all over the place, because without our customers, there'll be no LF Do Concept. So it's because of our customers we are where we are today. So a big shout out to all our customers, you know, even the people who are yet to buy from us. Now, we say thank you very much for taking their time, texting us and then making inquiries about our doors and windows. We say thank you very much to everyone out there, and we hope we can do a big business with them in the future. And thank you very much to all our suppliers too in Turkey. We say thank you very much for making beautiful doors for us in Gambia, and for the people working my company from the warehouse, from the showroom, from the factory. We say thank you very much. You know, everybody out there, they are doing fantastic job. You know, so we say thank you very much. Yeah, so if anybody is looking for best doors in Gambia or in Africa, windows, you know where to find us. You can go to Google and type in LF Conte Door Concept, TikTok, WhatsApp, you know, even on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You just need to go to Google, type in LF Doors, you would see us on top. Thank you very much.
They're all there. Thank you to you, Mr. Lamine F. Cote. Thank you to be there. Really, you're a source of inspiration for us. And keep going, your passion, what you're doing. We want to see you in 5 years, international. I'm in Canada. I want to hear about you here in 10 years and less, if it's going to be better. And really, good success. You have a really nice success to share with us. Thank you for everything. Thank you for you to be here, to take your time, in your business time, to be here with us today. Have a great
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Vin découvrir culture africain yo. Chaque semaine, vin wè ki jan haïtien ak l'autre nation ap évoluer dans pays africain. Haïtien ka voyager sans visa, voyager, investir dans pays l'Afrique. Visitez kamaheritage.com, Kamaheritage. C'est connexion PAM.